What is up, guys? It's Jacob from Quad Hunting, and this is the promised Money in the Bank preview now that Money in the Bank is now Sunday, instead of doing it like I did a couple weeks ago. So, with Money in the Bank coming up, now the schedule with Sunday, we now have the schedule in the lineup for matches more streamlined, and we know who is going to be facing who, and all the matches are official. So, starting off with the pre-show, we have two matches. We have Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler, and we have Apollo Crews versus Sheamus, which both matches feature young guys going against veterans. WWE smart here. Young guys go over the veterans. It's just how it goes. It's how it's supposed to go. Corbin just needs to put Ziggler away. They've faced off way too many times now. It's just a boring matchup. It does nothing. If you don't like Dolph Ziggler, you hate this match. So Corbin needs to win convincingly. Squash match. I wouldn't even let Ziggler get anything in. Just Corbin goes in, end of days, goes out, like he did in NXT. And then Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. Apollo Crews doesn't even really have a character fleshed out yet. He is basically just the happy, smiley, flippy dude who does flips, and that's it. He needs more of a character fleshed out, so maybe they have him lose to Sheamus to flesh a character out more, but it's WWE we're talking about. They probably won't, so Apollo should win, but Sheamus will. So yep, Corbin. I'm gonna say Sheamus. I think that feud with Sheamus and Apollo is just starting, so forget everything I just said. Sheamus is gonna win. Yeah, that's just how I am. Then the show actually kicks off. We have 6 matches for the show. They'll probably start the show off with either the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, or with the Tag Team Championship match. I'm leaning more towards the Tag Team Championship match, opening it up. It's going to be a match that should get people off their feet and going right away. So, they have the New Day defending their championships against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in the club. The Enzo and Cass and Simon Gotch and Adrian English from the Vaudevillains. I don't think they're going to put the belts on Enzo and Cass or the Vaudevillains just yet. They just got called up, not the night after WrestleMania. I don't think they'll get called up yet. They were teasing Enzo and Cass versus the Dudleys there for a while. I don't know if they continue on with that. I gotta stop doing that. But I don't think they're ready to put the belts on those two teams yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on Enzo and Cass. I would be surprised if they put it on the Vaudevillains. The New Day, I think, might retain. I think they're most likely to retain the belts because it's the New Day. It's working. The club does have a good chance of winning the belts, though, being the new team, something new. And it sets up for an interesting dynamic with AJ Styles and the eventual call-up of Finn Balor, if they put Finn Balor in with the club, like everyone's been talking about. So, I'm going to say the New Day with the club as a potential win. Yeah. So, yes. So, Corbin, Sheamus, New Day. They'll probably follow that up with Rusev versus Titus ONeil for the U.S. Championship. A little bit of a cool-down match. I think it'll be Rusev walking away. Rusev just got the belt not long ago, so I don't think there's any reason for him to lose it just yet, especially to a guy like Titus ONeil, who is just really boring in the ring. Doesn't do anything great. He's got a good look. He can talk, kind of, but he's really boring in the ring. He has like 4 moves, and that's it. He does the Spinebuster, picks the people up and throws them around, picks people up and drops them on his knee, and the running from corner to corner, doing like smashing into people. So he's just too boring for me. I don't see anything in Titus ONeil, so I keep the belt on Rusev. because eventually he's probably going to lose it to Cena. Following that is probably going to be I think they'll do the Cena Styles match there, or they'd go with the Money in the Bank ladder match itself. But actually, I'm changing my opinion. I think it's going to be the Money in the Bank ladder match. With that, in that match you have Ambrose, Jericho, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Alberto Del Rio, and Cesaro for 6 men. There was rumored for a 7th, but Bray Wyatt hasn't come back yet, so I think that's been pulled off. So you have those 6 guys. I said earlier in my last video that Ambrose, I think, was going to win it. I'm not 100% sure now because WWE has been teasing that too much. He's been just... Usually they don't have people who are going to win end segments on top like they have with Ambrose. And with the Ambrose Asylum segment they had with Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns, the former Shield, they had Ambrose stand tall, putting down the champion after the champion put down the challenger. It could happen. I'm not saying it won't. I don't think Ambrose is going to win it now. They've been teasing it too much. It fits in with the storyline right now, and I think they want to do that later on, the Shield triple threat now. So, the order of likeliness to win, I have Alberto Del Rio at the bottom. I don't think they'll have him win it, but I also didn't think they'd have Sheamus win it last year. So take that for what it's worth. I don't get a lot into Alberto Del Rio. So, and the way he's been booked since he's come back, he won the United States Championship, lost it to Kalisto, was part of the League of Nations, that broke up, and he's really done nothing since then, just like everyone else in the League of Nations besides Rusev. I think Cesaro is the next least likely to win it. They don't think he's main event status yet. So, and the way they teased the Sami Zayn thing on SmackDown, I think there could be tensions brewing between those two, and they could end up being in a feud later on, because they had that great feud down in NXT. They did great in matches together, so that could be a thing in the future. Next least likely, I have Zayn. Too new. I don't think they're going to trust him with that yet. Jericho, as much as I don't want Jericho to win it, I kind of want Jericho to win it, if that makes any sense. He's been that smug. He's been that perfect guy you want to hit. He's playing the heel role perfectly this time around. He is... A lot of people were comparing it to his 2009 run. I wasn't around then. I didn't watch WWE then, but I know what it was, that smug, arrogant Jericho. I like this Jericho. I wouldn't be surprised for them to put the Money in the Bank briefcase on him, but I'm not sure if he would actually win the championship unless he waits until after the brand split, when there's going to be probably 2 big championships. So then after Jericho, I think it's going to be Ambrose, but like I said earlier, I don't think they're going to have him win it just right now with the storylines going on. He could play into a Shield triple threat without the Money in the Bank briefcase for right now, if they really wanted to do that, but I don't think that'll happen yet. And I think it's going to be Kevin Owens now. I think this is going to be his shot at moving up into the main event. Owens with the briefcase would just be perfect, just because the way how he acts and the way he is. So I think it's going to be Owens winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. So yeah, Owens wins Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know when he'll cash it in, who he'll cash it in on. It might be Reigns. I hope not. But just because I don't want Reigns to hold the belt that long. But I think Owens wins it, and when he cashes it in, he will be successful. After that match, I don't know how it would go, if they would move, because that's going to be a high spot match. The crowds might need a cool down match, which I would probably throw the women's tag team match in there, just because there's nothing on the line. They could have booked this as a fatal 4-way for the championship, and then you could show tension between Charlotte and Dana Brooke showing. They've been teaming together, but they've been arguing a little bit. You could show that, but you could build off tension there. The only good thing that could come out of this is if Becky pins Charlotte to put a new challenger up, or if Charlotte pins Natalya and gets their dumb feud over with. I'm sick of Charlotte and Natalya. They're both good workers, but they bore me with... It's the same match over and over and over. The feud's been going on for too long. It needs to end. Yeah, the only good thing that comes out of this is if Charlotte pins Natalya or if Becky pins Charlotte to get a new number one contender up. Then they could do that match at Battleground with Charlotte going over Becky again, and then having Sasha come back up and challenge for it at SummerSlam. Who knows? But I think it's going to be Dana Brooke and Charlotte beating Natalya and Becky. The most likely option. The only other option I could see is Becky and Natalya beating Dana and Charlotte, is if Dana and Charlotte start to show a lot more in God, what's this word I'm looking for? Start to show more infighting between the two. But I think it's gonna be Dana and Charlotte. Charlotte's the champion. You don't want to make her look weak. That should be rule number 1. Now, I think they'd go into Cena versus Styles for nothing, but it's a huge match. There's no championships involved, but it's a big match solely for the reason that AJ Styles was the top guy in TNA. Everywhere he's been the top guy pretty much, besides a couple years in TNA when they got really stupid. But he was the one guy in TNA, the guy in Ring of Honor, the guy in New Japan. So... And Cena's been the guy in WWE. This is like the dream match that people didn't know if was ever going to happen. Now it's happening. I think this is going to be a long, drawn-out feud. I think both Cena and Styles are going to end up in SmackDown, where they will feud for the SmackDown Championship, which I think will be great, because ever since the United States Open Challenge, Cena has gotten a lot of good faith from the Smarks. He's now not as hated as he used to be. A lot of people are starting to like Cena more. And Styles is Styles. Everyone loves Styles. The thing about this one though is the club is not allowed at ringside because Cena goaded Styles into signing the contract for just a one-on-one Cena and AJ. I don't think it was no club at ringside. It was no club in the match. I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to be a one-on-one Cena Styles. And as much as people aren't going to want to hear it, I think Cena's going to win it. This is a feud that's going to drag on, but I think it's going to be Cena barely wins one of those kind of matches, then AJ can come out and say, I had I was so close, I want another shot. Cena could say, and it's Cena, he's gonna say, well fine, yeah, take another shot. I think they'll extend that feud all the way out to SummerSlam. AJ should win at Battleground and SummerSlam if they choose to spread it out that long, winning maybe a SmackDown championship along the line. And then you're going to close out your night with Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. The face is the heel, and the heel is the face. People want to cheer Seth, but they're supposed to boo him. People want to boo Roman, but they're supposed to cheer him. So, this match, I was really excited for it when Seth came back at Extreme Rules. I'm not sure what to think about it now. I don't think they take the belt off Roman. I want them to give it to Seth and then let Roman chase him back. Let Seth win by some cheating. If you're going to make him a heel, make him actually a heel that is competent, not like he was in his last title run. Make him the heel that can actually win when he should win and not lose stupid, pointless matches. But one thing I'm sure of is there's no way they're going to do a double churn Roman face or heel and churn Seth face. I don't think it'll happen. So I think it'll be Roman walking away. I do think it's going to be there's going to be a lot of close calls. Like, I think Seth's going to kick out of a spear. Roman's going to kick out of a pedigree. Probably will kick out of a Phoenix Splash. I think this will look like Seth versus Cena at SummerSlam. You'll see Seth working more face and Roman working more a little cocky like Cena did. But I think Roman's going to walk away. There won't be a cash-in that night. I don't think it'll happen. Seth said it really well. Like, you went through the Money in the Bank ladder match. You're exhausted. Why would you fight? Why would you want to then go after the championship after you've been beaten down as well in a really grueling match? So, yeah. Reigns beats out Rollins somehow. They got to leave it open for Rollins to be able to do a rematch, because I think they're wanting to spread this out until SummerSlam, unless they want to move into Roman versus Bray when Bray comes back. I'm not 100% sure what the plan is. Well, yeah, I'm not in the business, so I don't know what the plan is. I won't pretend to know. But I think the plan is to take this to SummerSlam. So I think Reigns has got to just barely win, just like Cena just barely wins. So, yeah, people are going to be mad that Cena and Reigns both win, but I think it'll be for the better good. Maybe. But a thing to note, The Miz and the Intercontinental Championship are not on the show. We'll probably get a promo from The Miz or something along those lines, but there's no scheduled match. Unless they try to do something like Bray Wyatt coming back in the middle of Bray Wyatt coming back in the middle of the Miz promo and winning the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know. I don't think it'll happen. So my predictions are Corbin, Apollo, Sheamus. I said Sheamus. Can't change my answer. Rusev, The New Day, Dana and Charlotte, Owens, Cena, Reigns. So I think that's how it's going to end out being. I think it'll be a decent show. I love the Money in the Bank ladder match, so I'm excited for it. I want to see good matches. I think the match that will most likely steal the show is either the New Day tag team match, or it's going to be the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think Cena and Styles is going to be great. Roman and Seth, I think, is going to be good. I probably won't watch the women's match much. I can't get invested in a match that has nothing invested into it. Rusev versus Titus ONeil. Rusev needs to win in a squash. I like Apollo Crews, but I don't know if I'll watch the pre-show. And Corbin just needs to win over Ziggler. That feud needs to be done. It needs to be a squash. So, yeah. That's my predictions for Money in the Bank. So, let me know what you think about them. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.